Hey everybody, welcome back to Two Dudes Talking. I'm Dustin Ovitz.
DJ Schroep.
We wanted to talk really quickly about what the owner's MLB proposal was that has now gone to the players to try and get a season. I'm so excited about this because, I'm a diehard baseball fan. My background is not a joke. I took that photo. I wish I was there. If I could live there, I would. So what they did, I want to read it because I don't want to get this wrong. So they want a 50-50 revenue split, which is basically saying we're not going to pay you your salary. It's just going to be a 50-50 revenue split. I'm not going to react to any of this until I get done. They want an expansion of the playoff teams from 10 to 14, an 82-game season, and the use of home stadiums if state and local government approves it, a new spring training, which will start in June, which I can't believe is like 2 or 3 weeks away, a universal DH, which is the designated hitter, geographic schedules, so, like Seattle, Oakland, San Francisco, San Diego, LA, Anaheim. I'm assuming Arizona will be thrown in there. We'll play each other. And then a 30-man roster, which is really, really increased, and a, quote, taxi squad with up to 50 players. And a taxi squad is basically people that are close by that you can shuffle in and out as needed. So based on all that, what do you think? Because I have a ridiculous amount of reactions.
Look, I think that the owners are using the pandemic to try to get themselves a sweetheart deal, right? I think that there are things that are in between the lines that you didn't even read that the players union is going to have to dissect. I think that, there are, look, they're negotiating through the media, right? They're making it very public. They're making it sound like, look, we put a plan together. It's up to the players to decide now, putting it in their court. But look, they just need to figure out a way to get back. I've said this before. I think if you don't have testing, if you don't have a way to understand who's been infected with antibody tests and with current, do you have a test? I don't think you could play. I don't think look, it's not enough to take someone's fucking temperature and say, oh, they're okay, let them in. I think that we need to have a better way to make sure that the players are safe. And it's not just players, it's, hotel workers, it's drivers, it's all of the people that support to put a game together. And, that really at the end of the day is what we need to think about, is the safety of all of those people. And I just wish these millionaires and billionaires would just figure out a way to get it together so the working person can get back to work.
Right. I mean, I'll take it issue by issue. The 50-50 revenue split I'm going to save to the end because that is, I think, the biggest issue. So the expansion of playoff teams from 10 to 14, I think it's great, especially given what's going on. It's fine. 82-game season, great. They'll get, over half a season in. It's fantastic. Use of home stadiums, if the local and state governments approve, fantastic. It means they don't have to do a centralized location. Second spring.
Talk about the centralized location. I mean, what's so bad about doing, in Arizona or a, Disney Wild World sports complex?
Well, if there's no fans, I guess it doesn't really matter, but it would really be nice to see the Dodgers, whoever your team is, play in their home stadium. There's something about being at home, playing at home, even if you can't be there. I would love to see the Dodgers or the Angels, Seattle, whatever, still be playing in their home stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, because then you have all those camera people that are going to be getting work as opposed to it being in one centralized location too. While there won't be food concessions, etc.
Yeah, logistically, I like Arizona. I think that it's a perfect location to do it. You have the hotels. You have a lot of players live out in the Arizona area. And I feel like a centralized location just makes it safer for everybody, and logistically speaking, just easier to get done outside of Orlando.
Well, yeah, there's another plan, or there was originally, where they wanted to do a Cactus League and a Grapefruit League, which is the spring training area. So Cactus being Arizona, Grapefruit being Florida. So, whoever has their spring training down there, that will be the divisions or the leagues. It'll be, just 2 leagues. They'll play each other in their facilities, like in Glendale and Scottsdale or whatever, and same thing in Florida. And then the winners of that eventually will play each other in the World Series. Where that would have been, I have no idea. But I have no issue with home stadiums, assuming that the state and local governments are okay with it and they have testing, like you said. I think it's great. So the spring training 2.0, I have no issue with. That's fine. They're going to have to do that anyway to get back into shape because a lot of these guys don't have ridiculous home gyms. Some of them do, a lot don't. A universal DH. I have issue with that. I don't have issue with it for this limited year, but I know that means that come next season, it will, or meaning, 2021, it will be here permanently in the NL, and it's going to drive me crazy. I hate it.
This is a way to sneak in this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, this is their way to get to where the owners want to get to, and the players aren't falling for it right now.
Well, they might fall for that one because a lot of players want it anyway, which drives me crazy. But all right, so the geographical thing we already covered, and the 30-man roster, expanded roster up to 50 players for taxi, I'm fine with because given what's going on, you're going to want to have to rest these guys. It's probably going to be a really compressed schedule. If they want to get the playoffs done and where it's not snowing, they're probably going to need to shuffle pitchers in and out at a ridiculous rate. So the big issue, and I'm surprised because it was presented to the players union, I'm assuming today, if not yesterday, is the 50-50 revenue split. So let's call that what it really is. It's a salary cap.
Yeah.
Which is what caused, not the only thing, but one of the big issues that caused the 1994 strike. And there ain't no way the players are going for that. And I think them not going for it is a bad look. But at the same time, I understand it because I think come the next negotiation, which might be like in 2 years, if they went for it now, I'm sure the owners would be like, well, you just did it. We're fine. We can do this.
It's the higher tier, the higher paid players that aren't going for this, right? There are some players that, look, they need a paycheck. Right. And they're like, you know what? I don't give a shit. Just get me out there so I can collect some money and feed my family, right? So I feel like, how bad do you want to play? How bad do you want to earn some money? I think that's what it really comes down to. But we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure the players want a prorated, the big ticket players want a prorated salary. So the minimum salary, according to what I can Google or DuckDuckGo, whatever your search engine is, in 2020 was going to be just over $563,000. So that's not chump change. Hell, I'd take it. I'll take it right now. But I mean, look, I don't think the players are going to go for it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of back and forth. Somebody's going to end up looking awful. Right now, it's the players because if they hold it up, not everybody. A lot of people are going to turn on and be like, you greedy bastards. But at the same time, the owners, most of them are billionaires, multi-billionaires. So it's like, really, a 50-50 revenue split? Are you kidding? So
yeah, but I heard on ESPN that there are some owners that are scared that if they don't have a season, that they could potentially be going bankrupt. That some of these teams could go bankrupt, and because they depend on some of the TV revenue, and some of them might lose their team. So there's a little bit of air of desperation on the owner's side.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had not heard that. That's frightening. Yeah. I mean, my biggest problem outside of all this is that if there is no season, that the players still get time served. So as an example, diehard Dodger fan, caveat, big bubble, Mookie Betts is a free agent after this year. So there's a chance he will never have played an inning for the Dodgers. Now, I'm still okay with the trade because what we gave up, fine, but come on, really?
It's definitely going to fuck up free agency. I don't know how they can fix that if they don't have a season.
I think the money, if they don't have a season, actually, that's a good point. I think the money that gets paid next year to free agents is going to plummet because you just came off a year that maybe you didn't have any games or you only had 82 or 70, whatever the number ends up being. That, okay, they're going to think, hey, this could happen again, maybe 2 years, 3 years, a year down the road where we're out for months. I'm not paying you that much money. I'm going to lower my number.
Arguably, this is the sport that needs to come back.
Yeah.
I think that football can NFL can take a hiatus if one season, and I think they'd be okay. Baseball is a struggling sport right now. They've been struggling with new fans. Their fan base is getting older. They need to come back. They can't afford to have a season off. Right. And if this is something that turns into more of a strike situation, and it's a Mexican standoff, as they say, then I don't know.
Yeah, I think that regardless of what happens here, when the bargaining agreement comes up, which I don't know if I think it's 2021. Somebody fact check me on that. There's going to be a strike. I don't think there's a chance in hell there's not a strike when the bargaining agreement comes up next time. And I think this will be both sides jumping off point of, well, wait a second, look what happened there. This is what we should be doing. Either the owners are going to say it or the players are going to say, hey, look what happened there. Let's do that. It's going to be ugly. But I agree with you. I don't know that they know what to do. I think it's going to be, it's going to be odd all around. The NBA's got to finish. NHL's got to finish. The NFL is probably going to start on time. It's the 17-game schedule now, whatever it is, right? So they got that going. From college football, could be a disaster, given all the stuff with that. But, look, as you know, baseball is my first love. I love it to no end. Grew up a diehard fan, still am, always will be. I miss it. I really miss going to the stadium. I miss seeing it on TV. I've even been watching the Korean baseball on ESPN because that's how much I miss it. Yeah, I did. I have watched almost every game. It's fantastic. That's baseball. Baseball's glorious. Greatest sport.
I'd rather watch Friday night fights, WWE, which I have, and it's not that great either. Without the fan, WWE with the fans is really, really weird. But I'm not watching Korean baseball, man. You're not getting me there. I'll watch iRacing. I watched F1.
Wait. Go back a second. We're talking about the WWE for a second. You've watched the no fan events?
I have.
Are they any good?
It's wrestling. It's still entertaining.
Yeah, but they're all in their training facility, right?
Yeah, they're doing it out of their Florida training facility. It's fine. It's a little weird. Things echo. The shit talking that where you need a fan reaction, things don't land. They had the Triple H anniversary episode a couple of weeks back, which was a little bit odd because you really need the fans to react to all the different moments that they were replaying. And, they had the Heartbreak Kid come out and, they did a whole DX thing, which was awesome because, that's the wrestling that I loved. But yeah, without the fans, WWE suffers.
Right.
Baseball, I think you don't need the fans unless it's playoff time.
No, baseball makes majority of their money through the TV contracts, so they need to get back for that. And the one good news is
they're according to ESPN, they're going to lose $1.1 billion from ticket sales alone.
That's a lot of money.
A lot of money. So even if they play, they're going to lose that revenue, and that's why they're. So take a step back to the revenue split. They're trying to figure out how to make it work for all parties.
Yeah.
The players have to look at this and say, do I want to play and do I want to make some money? If not, go to their private islands and hang out for a little while longer.
Now we're going to talk eventually about private island because the fight island thing for the UFC, that's a different topic though. So real quick, for last thing before we are done here. The only good thing that came out of this so far that I've been aware of is, Spectrum, who owns the rights to the Dodgers, got TV, obviously not, they don't own the team, got a deal done with DirecTV. So, you got that going for you right in time for the pandemic that happened. It would have been a great announcement if the season was about to start and they had announced it. Like, that would have been fun, right? Like, oh yes, we're going into the season and you just added like 3 million subscribers in the LA area or whatever the number is. I have no idea, just made that up. But instead they announced it during a pandemic and it was like, oh dude, that is just a horrible look.
As a DirecTV subscriber, I was super stoked, and then this hits and I'm like, well,
they should have waited. They just should have, they should have just launched it and not said anything. People just would have found it because they would have been looking for, all of a sudden see like the timeless Dodgers or Dodgers flashback or, sports memorials or sports meccas or, the Vin stuff or what have you. And then come next season, you go, hey, we got a deal done a year ago. We're just announcing it now because there's actually going to be baseball. Or they should announce it once the season is going to start. But, oh well.
Look, I'm surprised, just talking about just TV in general, that more of these sports networks aren't doing like some sort of reality series type stuff, and getting with players to create more content. in a time that people are looking for it. And I think a Dodgers channel on Spectrum could have benefited from that, because honestly, I mean, I hear you, watching those old retrospectives and those documentaries or whatever are good for a minute, but I get bored on those, and I'm like, okay, what's going on now? Can I see something now?
I got the '88 World Series on DVD if you want it. I'm staring at it right now. It's right there.
How many times are you gonna watch that thing? They
Infinitely.
run it on the damn big board every single damn game.
So good. No,
I'm getting tired of it.
That's the last World Series win in LA. No, I say LA. I don't. The Angels do not count. Don't give me that crap in the comments. They're not LA. They're in Anaheim. That's not LA. Get over it.
Rally monkey.
Stop it. Look, the only good thing to come out of that is they beat Baroyd in the World Series. Thank God. So Angels, thank you for doing that. I despise that guy. Yeah, good. Wasn't that like Detroit Glaus and Tim Salmon and whatever it was team?
It was.
That was a weird team with like Darren Erstad as their first baseman.
Yeah. That was actually a fun World Series.
Yeah, because they won. If the Giants won, I would have freaking gone depressed for months.
Yeah.